Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. And if it's your first time here, I'm Janetta, an author who loves to draw. On my channel, I focus on combining storytelling with art. If that's something you're interested in, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let's get to it. SSMD So It Begins, Chapter 15, The Unexpected. Eva. I realized I'd never gone to dinner or a movie by myself. I stick out like a sore thumb on a Friday night when couples would be out and about. However, sitting at home with my mind on repeat on mic would drive me batty. I decided I would go out by myself. I'd do an early dinner at my favorite restaurant, then catch a movie. With the decision made, I started getting ready. I prepared for my night out as if I was going on a date. An hour and a half later, I was looking good. I grabbed my purse and keys and started for the back door. My car was in the garage and had been sitting there unused all week. I just reached the back door when my doorbell rang. "So close," I said, and set my bag and keys down on the kitchen counter by the back door. I walked quickly to the front door and peeked out. It was deja vu. Without prompting this time, I opened the door. "Why are you here, Mike?" He stepped in and said, "Let's forget the past for this one evening. Let's just remember we love each other and focus on that tonight. Then tomorrow, I promise, we will begin to sort through all our problems and work things out." My heart spilled over at his admission of love and corroded my mind. I opened my mouth, but no words came out. Mike closed the door and pulled me in his arms. If I had any objections before he leaned in and kissed me, I couldn't remember them after. Leah. Leah was nervously waiting for Sharon to arrive. Sharon had called her earlier at work and asked if she could stop by later. The doorbell rang, causing Leah to jump. She took a deep breath and opened the door. "Hi, Sharon." She stepped aside, allowing Sharon to come inside. Leah followed Sharon into the living room. Both of them ignored the seats and stood facing one another. Long, silent seconds ticked away until finally Leah said, "Well, isn't this awkward? I thought I'd be able to handle this cordially, but truthfully, I just want to kick your..." Sharon stopped herself and took a deep breath. Leah was livid. "Are you kidding me? None of this would have happened if you had confronted him when I first told you he was hitting on me. Don't act like I slept with your husband behind your back." "You should have told me no," Sharon threw back. "You shouldn't have asked," Leah argued. "You are absolutely right. I should have known a selfish mattress like you would jump at the chance." Before Leah could stop herself, she slapped Sharon hard across the face. Sharon reacted immediately by slapping her back. "You know what, Sharon? You can put the blame on me. I don't care. If that will help you and that lying husband of yours save your crappy marriage, then so be it. But mark my words, your marital problems will not end with you two putting this on me. Philip is a hound, and a hound likes to hunt. Now get out of here because you and I are finished as well. And believe me when I say, you were no better friend to me than I was to you." Leah walked to the door and opened it for Sharon. "Now don't speak, don't touch, just leave." Sharon hesitated a moment, then strode out the door. Leah slammed the door behind her. Leah slid down the wall onto the floor and cried. Sharon made it to her car before tears overcame her. Her marriage was in shambles. One of her closest friendships was down the drain. Sharon had done her best to keep it together, but it all crashed on her in that moment. She should have sat there and cried it out. She shouldn't have pulled away from the curb in that condition, but she did, and because she did, she blew through a stoplight and was hit broadside by a minivan. Chapter 16, Call Her. Eva. With every ounce of my flesh, I wanted to take Mike up on his offer to just enjoy tonight, but I heard two little voices, sounding an awful lot like my outspoken friends Tanya and Karen, telling me not to do it. I wonder where the hell was the naughty voices prompting me to go for it. Mike was raining kisses on my neck and his hands were sliding up my back when I finally came to my senses. I allowed myself a few moments of pleasure before pulling away from him. He tried to pull me back in his arms. No, Mike, I won't do this. I think we need to sort out our problems first before we get involved with each other again. Mike cursed softly under his breath before saying, "Why do you have to make things so complicated? Why does everything have to be in perfect order for you? When you left here earlier today, what did you do?" "What do you mean, what did I do? I went to work." "Did you see Rachel at all after you left here? Did you tell her about your plans to come back here and forget her and your plans to marry her just for this night?" "I saw her briefly, and I know what you are getting at. I plan to talk to her." "When?" His answer was a true reality check. "There is no set date, but soon." That's exactly what he used to say about us getting married, and we all know how long I waited for that. "Well, I'll talk to you after you've ended things with Rachel, so I guess I'll be talking to you soon." I walked over and opened the door, making it clear that I wanted him to leave. For the second time that day, he walked out of my door and reset the pain in my heart. I was definitely getting out of this house. I grabbed my purse and keys off the kitchen counter and hurried out the back door. Philip. Philip had just arrived home when he got the call from the hospital. He rushed the kids into the car and sped to the hospital. They waited what seemed like an eternity for a doctor to come out and talk to them. "Your wife is one lucky woman," the young doctor said, before explaining that Sharon had a broken arm and leg. Her ribs had been fractured and a lung punctured. She had been knocked unconscious but had regained consciousness in the ambulance. They had repaired her lung and were setting her broken bones. "Once she is moved into a room, someone will notify you, and you will be allowed to see her." Philip thanked the doctor and shook his hand. The doctor turned to walk away, then remembered. "Oh, your wife wanted me to remind you to contact her parents and let them know she is okay, and to call her girls." He pulled a slip of paper out of his scrub and read their names, Eva and Leah, "and tell them to get there, and I quote, behinds down here." Philip thanked the doctor but was a bit thrown. He thought, Sharon wants to see Leah? What was she thinking? Hope you enjoyed today's story. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Until next time, be and stay blessed.